everyone. Welcome again to our B31 course. I just want to take a couple minutes to walk through the first module so you kind of know what to expect for this week. So I'm going to start here with kind of the end in mind and we'll work backwards. So at the end of the week, you are going to submit a possible proposal for your research topic. So first of all, thank you guys so much for the great introductions on Flipgrid. It's awesome to get to meet educators from such a diverse group that we have. And it was just really kind of cool to learn those fun facts about everyone. So I really appreciate you taking the time to do that. Let me talk a little bit about the discussion for this week. So what you are going to do, one of your first assignments, or one of the big assignments rather, is the research project. And toward the end of our time together, which is in the end at 8 weeks, because we're in an 8-week term here, you are going to make a presentation that's going to be presented asynchronously to your colleagues, about a 5 to 10 minute presentation in some sort of interactive manner that's not just, an APA paper or a PowerPoint. So we want to, try to use these tools that are out there to make our learning, more engaging online. So you have possible research topics here, so success of online learners, online learning communities, accessibility and equity, EdTech product reviews, laws and policies, online student engagement, and gamification of learning. Those are your potential topics. So by Thursday, so try to move these response or the posts and responses back as far as I could later in the week, because I know one of the concerns is that we all have busy lives. Everything is crazy. I know exactly where you're coming from. I work 3 jobs myself, and I'm a parent, and I'm a grad student, so I completely understand where y'all are coming from. So I tried to move these back as far as I could, but still get them done in that same week. So in your discussion board post, they're always going to be, the post will be due by Thursday and your responses by Sunday. In this particular one, you're going to either write a few paragraphs to answer the following questions or get creative. If you want to record a video, that's totally fine too. So I'm using Screencastify today. That might be an option that you might want to use, or maybe something different. So what you're going to do is, however you decide to do it, you want to identify a rough research question for your presentation. So think about the topic that you're going to focus on. What is a rough draft of your question? And think about the feedback that you would like from your peers in this discussion on your research question. You're the one that knows where you're coming from and where you are in online teaching and learning. So think about, well, what do I know I want more help on? And make sure you address that in your post. That way, the folks that are watching your post can help tailor that feedback for you. So in that same vein, what you'll do when you're responding to your colleagues is consider that as well. So, what kind of feedback do they want? And that will give you something to focus on when you're providing that feedback to colleagues. So again, post by Thursday, responses by Sunday. If you want to see the rubric, you can go up to the 3 dots right up here at the top, click on that, click on show rubric, and it'll give you the rubric for the discussion. So that's our end product for this week. So let me hop back over into modules really quick. So you are going to, again, kind of dive into a little bit about the existing online education research. So we'll focus on 2 particular frameworks in this course. The first one is the Community of Inquiry framework. The second is Universal Design for Learning. So you'll see a little quick video here on Community of Inquiry, and that's kind of tying back here in the questions to those research topics. So this will kind of give you some questions to kind of focus on and think about as you're watching the videos. Same type of thing here with the UDL video. This one is a little drier, just a heads up on that, just so you're aware. But what's really cool here is this graphic organizer that you might want to take a look at. So when you click on that and it takes you to the CAST website, there's a really nice graphic here that might help you come up with some ideas for researching as well. And it's just a really nice reference to have when you're, just kind of designing your learning experiences. This is something that working in teacher education at CSUB, we focus a lot on UDL. And preparing teacher candidates with these ideas and concepts in this framework. So this is something that's been around in education for quite some time. So again, there's your topics there, and maybe kind of helping you focus as you watch these videos on how that's going to apply to your particular research topic. So when you click next, let me get out of my things there. Thank you. All right. So when you go into the next piece here, you've got your possible research topics again. And then you'll see some resources here from Wakelet. And Wakelet is a application that we used in B30. It's just a really nice place to curate resources. So if you don't know what Wakelet is, you can take a look at these resources here. When you click next, you are going to come across several Wakelets. Now, do not feel like you have to read every single one of these articles that's posted. Again, they're meant to give you some research articles, to give you some things and ideas and places to start, but you are not obligated to read all of these by any means. So when you dive in, you're going to see basically the next several pages, you're going to see one page for each of those research topics. And there's a Wakelet for each of those topics. These are just awesome. Dr. Rocky did a great job kind of putting these together. But if you are going through these Wakelets and you find that there are some resources that maybe you have that you'd like to add, you should be able to contribute to those once you click on and you get into the Wakelet. Sorry, my allergies are like kicking off all of a sudden. All right, so the first one is about the success rates of online learners. So once you go into that Wakelet, you're going to see some really cool resources. The next one is online learning theories. So you get a little bit more information about the COI framework and UDL. And then if accessibility and equity is like your jam and that's something you want to learn more about, this will give you a good starting point there. There's a really good blog post here by Zaretta Hammond if you're interested in culturally responsive teaching. She's kind of one of the big names in that. She actually wrote a book on it. So you might want to check that out if that's something that interests you. Next, we have EdTech product reviews. Then you have laws and policies. And then online student engagement. Sorry, my internet's slowing down a little bit there. And a lot of great resources there. And then finally, gamification of learning. That's one of my personal favorites. I've been able to use that concept of gamification with middle school students when I was still in the middle school classroom, but I've also used it with my adult students as well. And it's just fun. It makes makes the learning really interesting and fun. So that might be something you want to dive into. And then that takes us to the end of the module, back to where we started. So again, post by Thursday, responses due by Sunday. But again, if life is just crazy and you feel like I just cannot get this in this week, please let me know because I'm super flexible and I'm happy to work with you. Just reach out. Just let me know what's going on. I really appreciate that. So there's our first module. And again, if you need anything, please feel free, reach out, send me an email, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you. Talk to you soon.